Hey YouTube, how's it going? Kevin Cleary here with my video of my top picks for SHOT Show. Now I'm going to do this a little different and kind of organize it around companies rather than specific models, but I will talk about specific models that I'm interested in, beginning with ZTs. So let's go ahead and start with the 0850. This is my most desired ZT, and if I only get one, it'll be this one. There are a few others that I want to look at, but while we're checking this out, just notice that it has no flipper, which I think is a really nice addition. And notice the thumb stud there. That design is carried over in a number of places on this design. By the way, check out the blade shape as well. Those are all the things that stand out for me as interesting and compelling about this and kind of making me want to pick this one up. Next is going to be the 0920. This is a Les George collab, 3D machined titanium handle, which it's nice to see ZT going back to that. It's also internally milled to lighten it up. So this is going to be a big lightweight knife that's really kind of overbuilt and heavy duty and pretty exciting. You guys know those things are very appealing to me. And even the recurve is something that I like, even though I know a lot of people are not fans of recurve. I am one. Finally, the Gustavo Cecchini collab GTC, his knives are incredible, and he's very innovative. He's got, of course, the spring-loaded flipper on this knife, and of course, outside of this knife, you would have to go to a $2,000 GCC custom to get that, which is really impressive. Now, of all the knives, this is one I'm more interested in rather than going to run out and buy it, but it definitely deserves a mention here before we switch over to Kaiser. Now, the Kaisers, there are two main ones that I'm interested in. This one is the Toro. It is a Matt Diskin collab, and it's based on his Vulcan mid-tech and even borrows some of the features from the Vulcan. I got to tell you, Matt Diskin is a favorite designer of mine, and there's not a lot from him by way of production knives except the Kershaw strobe. And so you can kind of see the similarity here. So I'm really excited to see this one come out, and it'll definitely be on my buy list. Another Kaiser that is on the buy list, second to the Toro there, is this one, the Megatherium. I love this design. I love the size. I love the blade shape. I love that it's kind of an interesting, artistic looking knife that still offers some good ergos and some good functionality. This one's already been reviewed by Epic Snuggle Bunny, so I'm assuming this will probably be around fairly shortly if there are already some prototypes out there. So again, really looking forward to this one. Now, don't want to fall behind. This is the Cut Jack from Steel Will, and I'm really excited about this model as well as the Ant Lock system, which is a really, really cool looking lock that's allowing them to make a strong lock without stainless steel liners. And that's something I really want to try out. And of course, I'll be probably more interested in the large version of this in M390. Now, next knife up is one that's kind of interesting. This is the Fox Phoenix, and it's a collaboration with Tashi Baruka. I hope I'm saying that right. There's been a number of collabs with him recently, one from Riat Knives, one from Custom Knife Factory, and now this. The other two I haven't been as excited about, but this one I think is going to be in a sweet spot for me in terms of price and size. So really, really looking forward to this one. Now let's move to some budget stuff. The Kershaws are really, really impressive this year. This is the Emerson collab CQC 11K, and it's big and it's awesome. So I'll definitely be wanting to pick one of these up. If you're familiar with these collabs, they're fairly similar, G10 liner locks, but based on Emerson designs. And so I'm pretty interested in this because it's big and it's got that cool Bowie shaped blade. This one, as well as a couple of other Kershaws, are really impressive. So here's another one of the Kershaws. This is, of course, based on the ZT 0770, only in a more budget-friendly offering from Kershaw as the Natrix. Familiar design, very, very well loved. And so it's really cool to see this come out in a more affordable sort of offering. And Kershaw's doing a lot of cool stuff this year. So I really wanted to include some of them. And again, this list is more about the companies or the companies than the knives in particular, but these are the knives I'm most interested in. Here's another GTC collab. This one is from Kershaw rather than ZT, and it's called the Malt. Again, now this one's a little small for me, only a 3-inch blade, and it has no choil. So I'm not sure if I'll buy this one, but I just want to put it out there because I am going to follow it closely and I'll be pretty interested. This one maybe would be one I'd buy and check out and then pass on to you guys in a knife sale. Switching over to CRKT, here is the Directive. Now this is the sort of Wharncliffe style. It's also in a drop point. This is a nice big sort of tactical style blade, but the Wharncliffe makes it, I think, a little less tactical and a little more appealing to me. Nice big knife. This is one of the bigger knives CRKT has put out recently. It's like over 3.5-inch blade. Now you're going to lose some of that cutting edge for the choil. Let's look at a couple of other CRKTs that are the opposite of this kind of. This one is the Batum, and it is, I can't remember now if this is a Vox or an Anzo design. Looks a little more like a Vox to me, so let's go with that. Of course, big thick blade, big thick handle, and so this one, you know, kind of appeals in that way. Now the blade length is a little short for me, but I think this one maybe just the ergonomics might be right to still make it appealing to me. Finally is an even smaller knife. This one is a Vox collab as well with a Wharncliffe blade, and check out that finger choil. If you're starting to notice some of my preferences here, you're being observant. But yeah, this one is quite small, but because of that choil, I think it'll still be, you know, a 3 or 4 finger knife, and in that sense might be worth checking out. I don't hate all small knives, especially ones in this style tend to be a little more appealing. So those are the main ones. So let's switch to some honorable mentions, including this Spyderco Silver. I haven't been as impressed with Spyderco lately, and I'm still a big Spyderco fan, but this year, I don't know, they didn't do much to excite me except for this knife. By the way, you can see this comes from knifenews.com, so they deserve some credit. Thanks for doing a great job covering SHOT Show, and if you're not following them on social media, you definitely want to do so. I've got a couple others here that get honorable mention. Ontario Knife Company has 2 titanium frame locks, this Cerberus, as well as another collaboration with, I can't think of the name of it. Anyway, there's 2 Ontario Knife Companies. Someone please in the comments below add in the other one that's also a titanium frame lock, but Ontario is on my list. Finally, I included this old picture from a most carried video because it's got that Brose Blades T4. That knife is amazing, and definitely the T4 in aluminum is one I'm really excited about, as well as a few of their other more budget-oriented offerings. So Brose Blades will be one to watch. There you go, guys. That's my take on the SHOT Show knives. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you.